Get ready for an adventure. Here is a story called The Donut Dilemma at Dunkin. Kiana hummed a tune, her sketchbook open on the table. The bell above the door of Dunkin Donuts jingled, signaling a new customer. Perfect, she thought, grabbing her pencil. Kiana loved drawing, and today's subject was going to be her favorite superhero, Stardust Wonder. Against the backdrop of a classic donut shop scene, the aroma of freshly brewed coffee and sweet pastries always fueled her creativity. But something was amiss. Kiana glanced at the display case, and then back at her sketch. Where were the Boston Kremes and the Chocolate Butternut? They were gone. That's odd, she murmured. Kiana, who also loved magic and space, felt a sense of mystery bubble up inside her, much like a fizzy drink. Suddenly, a soft, blue-violet light flickered near her table. From the ceiling, a sleepy star, Twinkle, tumbled down, landing with a gentle thump. She was super cuddly and emitted a soft glow. Twinkle blinked her 7 different colored eyes and yawned, which she quickly caught in a special pouch. Goodness, Twinkle whispered in a calming voice. I seem to have fallen a bit far from the sky. And donuts. She pointed to the empty display case. This is a problem. I sense a mystery. Just then, a violet backpack, Blinky, zipped across the floor, bumping into Kiana's leg. Well, hello there. Did someone say mystery? Blinky exclaimed, his voice cheerful. Blinky was a magical backpack, and he could store anything, even a bouncy castle. He was also a master of jokes. Donuts are missing, Kiana announced, pointing. And I need a delicious snack. Missing donuts, this is a case for us, Blinky declared. I've got a pocket dimension full of helpful tools, and I can organize everything by color and size. Twinkle yawned again. And I can make dream pillows. We need to find out who is behind this. As if on cue, a small folded note fluttered down, landing at Kiana's feet. A clue, she cried, her eyes wide with excitement. The note read, Follow the fizz, find the witch. Below the note, a clue, a tiny sprinkle. The fizz, they knew, must mean soda. And the only person in town with a soda-powered broomstick was Peachy, the lollipop witch. They followed the sprinkle trail out of Dunkin Donuts, which led them through the town square. The trail took them past a dancing fountain and a statue of a knight, then straight into Peachy's candy-coated cottage. The cottage, built entirely of gingerbread and gumdrops, was a sight to behold. Smoke curled from the chimney, scented with the sweet smell of caramel. Peachy, her deep pink hat perched on her head like a giant swirled lollipop, was stirring a large cauldron. The cauldron bubbled and popped, filled with colorful swirling liquids. She was humming a tune. When she saw them, she jumped slightly, dropping a candy cane. Oh, hello, she said, a bit startled. Peachy, Kiana began, we believe you might know something about some missing donuts. Peachy's eyes widened. Donuts? Missing? Oh dear, I didn't. I mean, she stammered, her cheeks turning a deeper shade of pink. Well, yes, I may have borrowed a few. For a potion. A potion? Blinky asked. What kind of potion? I have a pocket dimension, full of every kind of potion ingredient. For a happiness potion, Peachy admitted. I needed something sweet and delicious. She glanced at the gingerbread men hopping around. The recipe calls for donuts. Kiana, Twinkle, and Blinky exchanged glances. This wasn't an act of malice. It was an act of a witch trying to spread happiness. They had to figure out what was happening. Blinky offered to help. I have a pocket dimension full of every kind of potion ingredient, he offered. They entered Blinky's pocket dimension, which was like a colorful, magical warehouse. The walls shimmered with every color, and objects were neatly organized by size and color. They discovered that Peachy was not the mastermind behind the missing donuts. In fact, they were being charmed by a grumpy baker who just needed a little sweetness in his life. The gingerbread men were doing an amazing dance number to get the team to stay. Blinky offered Peachy some of his jokes, which always lightened the mood. They decided to use Peachy's magic, with Blinky's help, to add some cheer to the baker's creations. Working together, they made frosting that sparkled like stardust, sprinkles that danced, and a filling that tasted like a dream. The grumpy baker's heart, softened by the sweetness, learned to smile again. With the mystery solved, they returned to Dunkin Donuts. The donuts were back, even more delicious than before. Kiana, Twinkle, Blinky, and Peachy shared a table, munching on Boston Kremes, chocolate donuts, and even a jelly-filled. This is the best day ever, Kiana exclaimed, Her eyes sparkling, Twinkle yawned contentedly. "It is." She pulled out a special dream pillow and gave it to Kiana. "Now, for a good night's rest." As Kiana drifted off that night, snuggled under her covers, she dreamed of princesses, dancing, and flying through space, all while a musical tune played softly in the background. The best part of the day wasn't just the solved mystery or the delicious donuts, it was the wonderful friendship she had made. As she closed her eyes, she realized that working together always makes things better, and she couldn't wait for another day of drawing, music, and maybe, just maybe, another mystery. Let's see what a great listener you are. Can you answer the following question? Why did Peachy take the donuts? Let's see how you did. The answer is, Peachy took the donuts to use them in a happiness potion. You did a great job. I hope you enjoyed this Storypie tale. I'll see you next time.